All right, Covington versus Buckley is tomorrow. I did this fucking way too late. It's almost 10 p.m., but I'm gonna be doing these predictions real quick. Last week I did really good. I think I only missed like one. That was retarded ass Chris Weidman. That was embarrassing, but yeah. And also I'm gonna be looking at the flip odds and all every fighter I think is gonna win. I'm gonna bet $1. Only $1 right now, because I mean no one. Let's be honest, no one's gonna watch this, and I'm not gonna put fucking $300 or some bullshit. So first fight, Knutson, Pierre Rodriguez. I think Knutson, she's actually pretty good. Rodriguez, I remember she's okay. I don't really remember much about her DQ loss. I remember she was winning that, and then the Royd girl, she forgot a pin that night, I guess, or something, and yeah, she just gave up. It was like some bullshit, but no, if I remember, Rodriguez did some bullshit too, but like it was actually a DQ offense, but and then submitted by Robertson. Um, yeah, I just think Knutson's a lot better. I remember her last fight, she was a little if she had some moments of weakness, I guess you could call, but against Palastri, but yeah, Knutson's, I think she's kind of a lock, to be honest. This next fight, now this is why you need a bet earlier in the week, because Davy Grant was an underdog earlier this week, and now on Fliff he's evens here. Yeah, he's a slight favorite, but this is kind of a hard one to predict, but I'm actually going to go with Davy Grant. And I say that because I don't know, I do not really trust Tavares yet. He beat Surrey City, and in my opinion was a robbery. I thought Surrey City won, and now we've seen that City's not amazing with his what's his name? His last fight. He even said he thought he didn't win that. And that was against, I'm forgetting his name, but that was against a guy not, he's kind of bottom to middle of the pack of the bantamweight division. But I mean, Tavares' win, he knocked out, what the hell was his name? Cedric, no, Cortavius Romeus. It's not gonna show here, but and we found out that guy's fucking ass. I called it. I got some easy money from Cortavius' last fight against the Topuria B-Tech version, which is named Bolaños. Yeah, so he knocked out Cortavius, and that guy's not that good. And Davy Grant, he's been there in there with some fucking beasts. Let's look at his record here. I mean, yeah, he got robbed against Marcos, in my opinion. Rita Sunsao wasn't looking great, but still won. I mean, look at all these wins. Had a really good fight with Grant, with Vera. And another thing is, I feel like this fucking guy's name, Tavares, I feel like he's not really a decision guy. And I don't even think Grant's been finished before. I think he has by like a choke, but like one time. But yeah, Grant is really hard to finish, and I don't trust Tavares' cardio. He did make weight, barely today, but yeah, which was something I was iffy about with him. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Grant. I think he's had much tougher comp, really hard to finish, and he actually has skills. He is old. That's the only sus thing about him. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Grant. This next fight, I mean, Maverick is actually kind of good. Jamie Horth is not that good, and I'm pretty sure short nose for her as well. So let's not even fucking talk about that fight. Maybe there's some good. Oh, minus 485 fight to go the distance. Maybe it gets finished. So maybe look at that. The next fight. Oh, this is a good one. Miles Jones, Felipe Lima. Wow. Miles Jones is plus 200 here, plus 190 on Fliff. I don't blame him because Lima looked incredible his last fight against that weird ass dude. I don't even remember his name. What's his name? Naimov, right? Yeah. He looked really good in this fight. And this was short notice, and this guy's usually a bantamweight. This is a big guy. And he just styled on him. Round three submission on short notice. Again here, I think it's short notice for him. Miles Jones was supposed to fight Garbrandt a couple weeks ago, but Garbrandt pulled out. I just think Lima has a lot more skills than Miles Jones. He's a lot more faster, more dynamic, more kicks. So yeah, I'm wondering if will the fight go to distance? On Fliff is minus 235. Hmm. Might be some good. Might be good to put some money for Lima to finish. Jones has been finished. I think he got finished by Castaneda, which is like iffy. He hasn't proved in my opinion, but I'm still gonna go with Lima on this one. Next one, Woodson, Fernando Padilla. I thought this would be higher on the card, but yeah, this is an interesting fight. Padilla 2-1 in the UFC. His last fight, he beat that Peruvian guy, and then they cut him later. Um, and Woodson, he's been on a really good streak right now. He beat Caceres, Jourdain, who else? Bazooka had this goofy ass draw. We all know there, but yeah, his only loss was against Julian Erosa by submission. Both of these guys are really tall, lanky ass dudes. What is it? The height. 6'1", 6'2". Um, I actually go to the same gym as Padilla, and he's there a lot. And I'm 6'1", and I could tell you Padilla's taller than me, so I think he's actually taller than 6'1". And Woodson's, so they're both kind of pretty much the same height. I think I remember in their face-offs they're the same height as well. The reach is probably going to be like, yeah, it's pretty much the same. I'm actually going to go with I'm actually going to go with Padilla. There is bias there. I see him at the gym like every day working hard. I'm sure Woodson is too. But I remember I did see um an Instagram reel, and it was saying how his iffy performances was his loss against Arosa, who's a tall, lanky guy, and the draw with Saldana. So he looks a lot better when he has the height, weight, reach advantage, like against Caceres, Bazooka, um, Jourdain especially. So I don't think he's going to be able to be as long and use that advantage against um, Padilla. Padilla also has really good striking, good teeps. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Padilla. There's bias in that, but yeah, and he beat Arosa too. And we all know MMA math always works, right? And Arosa beat Woodson, so yeah. Next fight, Joel Alvarez, Drakkar Close. Oh, I forgot to look at the flip. Yeah, Padilla's pretty much just the odds are pretty similar here, as is the UFC website. But yeah, Padilla's underdog, so good plus money there. Joel Alvarez, Drakkar Close. Uh, plus money. It's not looking good here. I think Joel's gonna style on him. Close is like good, but he's not. Wow. He's like I like comparing him like FIFA. He's like Close is like a guy who's like 75 or 76 non-rare gold card, center mid. All his stats are like high 60s. Like he's just and maybe one like dribbling is like 71. Like he's just kind of mid. But he's a solid guy. He hasn't really fought amazing comp. Uh, I mean Garcia's all right. I mean all these guys are like kind of Dariush. Oh, he beat Bobby Green. What the fuck? Okay. Well, Bobby Green had a resurgence, so we're not counting that. And then yeah, lost to Dariush. I don't think Close has been finished that much. Yeah, according to here, he's only been finished once. That was against Dariush. Interesting, because Joel Alvarez, I think he has like almost all his wins are by. I think all his wins are by finish, maybe. Um, what is this? Is this like how they weighed today? There's no way. There's no way this guy weighed more than Joel. Joel, he would say he was like 200 pounds like off training camp, which is crazy. And I'm happy to see he made the weight today. Um, yeah, I'm interested to see if this is gonna be a finish. On Fliff, over 2.5 rounds is plus 130. Might be good because Close was a tough guy. Only been finished by Dariush, but yeah, that could be good plus money on the over. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Joel Alvarez. And he did say, I saw something that he said he's gonna go up to welterweight and after this fight and the next. Why not just fucking move up after this one? Makes no sense. This guy barely fights and he's really good. Probably the weight cut because he's like 6'3" and he's fucking massive. So I hope if he does want to move up, just move up next one. And he could do good at 170, I think. Next one. Next fight. Michael Johnson, Azaitar. Yeah, this one, I'm surprised to see the odds right here. Michael Johnson, such a huge favorite. I mean, Azaitar did get smirked his last two. I get it. And the guys he beat, I mean, my God, bro. Yeah, I get it. I thought people would think like Michael Johnson's really chinny, but if you actually look at his record, he's only lost by like KO 3 times, and two of them it was the ones we all know by Emmett and Diego Ferreira, like out cold. And the other one was the Gaethje one where he didn't even get knocked out. He just got TKO like it was too much. He just covered up. So I thought people would think his chin was bad, but I I'm I don't know. I like the plus money here. I'm not gonna lie, but to be honest, I would choose Johnson. I think he's a lot faster. He's like really really fast, and that's what I'm going with. And this guy, I mean, his he lost to like not he lost to okay guys, and the guys he beat were like absolute garbage. So yeah, I'm going with Johnson. And honestly, let's see the flip, the odds to go to distance plus 155. I like that. I do like that. I could see this going the distance, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going with Michael Johnson. Now the main card. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. Naval Sterling's minus 1300 on Fliff, but Sterling's a lock. Tuco Togo's. I like him. I think he's funny, but I mean, he's not gonna win. There's no point of talking about it. Good luck though, buddy. Um, Yanez Marcos. Ooh, wow. Marcos is the favorite, and I do agree. I'm surprised at the odds, but I do agree. What why I think Marcos would win? I kind of think Yanez is a little overrated in terms of I know he got like 5 knockouts in a row or something, performance of the night bonuses, but let's look at the guys he beat. I mean, I don't think any of these guys are in the UFC except Grant, and that was a good close fight. MMA Guru swears that this was a robbery. It was not. He, he always fucking mentions that, but yeah, the Yanez, the guys he beat, are like, and he was getting pieced up by Acosta before he finished him, but and then when he finally faces like, oh, ranked, like, oh, knocked out by Font, destroyed by Martinez, and then on my limb, I'm this fucking guy. I mean, I don't even count that as a win. So, and then Daniel Marcos, he actually beat some decent guys, if I remember. Okay, that's a decent win. Castaneda, he was gonna win. He was dominating this Ricci lane. Okay, maybe I thought he'd be better guys, but this was a robbery. But I do think um, Marcos is a little more dynamic than Yanez. Better kicks, really good knees, good guard. So yeah, I just think he's a little better than Yanez. I think Yanez is a little too one-dimensional. I think Marcos could chew up Yanez's calf. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Daniel Marcos. What are the odds to go to distance? Because I always like that play. Oh, it's even on Fliff. I could see it. Could I? I could see it go to the distance, to be honest. But yeah, I'm going with Marcos. Next fight. Petrino Jacoby. Wow. Jacoby's a huge underdog. That is. I honestly think Petrino's kind of. I lost to Smith, like, and then the guys he beat are okay. Uh, and I think I don't. I think his knockout power is kind of overrated. He knocked out Bukakus, and I was like, Bukakus was running forward, and he just it was nice technique, but I think he's I know he's kind of in a bad streak right now, but I mean I thought he won against Roundtree. This was a competitive fight, and Mirzakhana was really good. Knocked out in Zechiku, was piecing that Manifield for like the whole fight, but then he just be like, I don't know, I guess lose focus, and he got clipped, and Manifield would and just clipped him once, and so he'd knock him down, and that's what gave Manifield the rounds. But Jacoby's like was a lot better than him, looking really good. And then Reyes, yeah, he got murked, but I mean, right, it's Reyes, so I'm actually going with Jacoby. Jacoby, and this is a lock. Fight to go the distance. What are the odds? Over 2.5 is plus 115. I think that's a lock. Go. I think it's going to go the distance, so that's good plus money there. I'm going to put some on that. Yeah, I'm going with Jacoby. I think he's faced better people, and I think he's a better striker. I think he's just gonna tippy tap him, and I don't think this guy is amazing, like as good as people think. Next fight, Cap Bruno Silva. The odds don't show here. What does it say on Fliff? What the fuck? I know Cap is minus 455. That is really surprising. I am going to go with Cap, but I mean Bruno Silva. What is it? Four finishes in a row at flyweight. It's really impressive. I know it was an amazing competition, but I mean it's flyweight. The unranked is not great. But his last fight, I remember against Durden, he was actually getting murked the whole fight, getting dominated, and that's Cody Durden. Until he had a really nice finish. Dude, honestly, the plus money on Bruno Silva was really good. Really, really. I could see him just maybe catching Cap, but I'm gonna go with Cap. But the plus money is really good on Silva. So I think Cap, I mean, he's a lot better than Durden, and Durden was piecing up Silva. So yeah, Cap. Next one, not no Cap. Cub Swanson, Billy Q. What are the odds here? What? Wow. What? Why is that? Cub Swanson plus 120 on Fliff. I mean, I remember Quarantillo's last fight. Yeah, he looked terrible against Zalal. Yeah, and then I don't know. The only reason I'm kind of sussed out with Cub Swanson is he is old, and I feel like he does not train as much because he's like coaching guys now. So I could see. I mean, I saw on Instagram Reels they're doing something where you could pay to get trained by him or something, and you can have like a fight. You get like a training camp by him. But this, I swear, he won against Philly. This is a robbery, but then this was a robbery. But I mean, he doesn't look bad. He hasn't slowed down terribly. It's tough. And Billy Q, the way he wins is he just kind of, I guess, how you say it, he tries to drown you in the later rounds with it. Because he has good cardio. So this is hard. This is a hard one. I'm actually, I'm gonna go with Cub. I think that's good plus money. I feel like Swanson's not the type of guy to kind of just get overwhelmed. Quarantillo's not going to finish him, and he looked terrible in his last fight. And if we're looking at that, then no. You're only as good as your last performance if we're talking about that. And I think Cub looked decent against Philly, and Philly's not bad. So I'm gonna go Cub Swanson. This is a co-main. Okay, main event. My boy, both my boys actually, but uh, I can't pop up. But yeah, Colby is plus 190 on Fliff. I understand why. Colby is honestly my favorite fighter. I think he's really funny. Yeah, I mean I fuck with him. I fuck with Joaquin Buckley too, but the problem with Colby is I don't know this whole like I guess you could say fight camp. He's been acting totally different. He's all quiet. Maybe that's kind of like to disrespect Buckley. He's like, yeah, I don't really care. In the press conference, he was saying like he didn't even really want this fight. He got kind of forced into it because he put his hat to face Shavkat. And they're like, oh, okay, bet. We're actually going to give him Gary, but you could fight Buckley next week. And he's like, he literally said like, oh, okay. He didn't really want to fight Buckley. So this is short notice for him. And I kind of just feel like Colby, he's like fucking doing Twitch streaming now, which is, the stream's really funny, but yeah, I just feel like he's not really training as much and kind of going into that realm, which I get. He's old. I think he's almost 37 now. Where's the age? Who gives a fuck? But yeah, I think Buckley's just a lot more young and hungry. I do. I hope Colby wins, but what are the odds go to distance though? Guru predicted that he'll get finished. I don't agree. Colby's never. I mean, the Usman one was bullshit. That was not a finish. Yeah, over 4.5 rounds plus or is minus 145. You can argue that Buckley's is could be a fraud. The guys he's beat. I mean, he knocked out Wonder Boy, but you could argue that Wonder Boy's done. And Colby's faced a lot better competition, but I think Buckley. You kind of have to go with Buckley. I think he's just a lot more hungrier. Um, yeah, he's acting like so weird this training camp, just totally different. And I was watching his YouTube videos and he's kind of talking like, yeah, like I've been a former champ. He's kind of talking about what he's done. He's like kind of saying he has nothing to lose, kind of. I don't like that attitude. And yeah, I'm gonna go with Buckley. And that's everything I have. If you go off of last week, I was probably the best predictor. I think I got one wrong, which was Weidman. I got underdogs like Dooho Choi. Who was another one? Uh, Fuck. Come on, let me brag a little bit. Oh my God, no. Oh, look at that. Damn. How do we go into previous events, past events? What were the underdogs? Or who did I? Yeah, I picked Pantoja, Shavkat. This was not as much as a robbery as people say, but I did choose Gon. I chose Mitchell. I chose Dooku Choi was the underdog. Guru chose Landwehr, so I'm up on him. I chose Reyes. I chose Luque, who was an underdog. People, Guru chose Themba. This was easy as fuck. Yeah, I chose Movzar. This was a robbery, but I chose Battle. I'm not talking about that one. I chose Van, and Guru chose Durden. I chose Chiesa, and he was an underdog at the beginning of the week. Yeah, so I only missed one, which was Weidman. And this guy retired, bro. But yeah, that's my picks. I'm gonna put $1 on every one of the guys I picked on Fliff, and let's see how much money I lose.